Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to a brand new episode of the No ID podcast. I have here someone that's very special. But first, let me just say I'm the host, the one and only Rome Davis. I have here author, model, um, grave spirit. I don't know how to describe it, but her name really stuck out to me. And then I went and followed her on Instagram. I have the one and only Naked Unicorn.
Hi, thanks for having me. Yeah, I have a lot of personas, but my author name is the sex novelist, Toy McMullen, the sex novelist, but the Naked Unicorn does everything else.
I understand. Like I watched your came across your page on Instagram or one of your Twitter. I gotta say it's some dope content you are yourself. But the question I do want to ask is how did you become the persona of the Naked Unicorn? How did that come about?
That is a great question. Before I answer it, what video did you see or picture did you see on my Instagram?
I think it was one where you had a pillow or you was laying in the bed. I can't really describe. Well, see if I can pull it up. Because I follow Posh Ropes, and I think it was the one that you guys. I think you tied yourself up, or somebody had put the wax on you.
Oh yeah. I was trying to. Oh, the wax. I was laying in the bed. Was I laying in the bed with the wax, or was I?
I think you were nude, but I don't think he was in the bed.
I don't know. Let me. I can't remember because it's been a couple of times when I had some wax on me and I posted. But I'm always curious to know when people follow me what they first saw. If I tag Posh with some wax.
No, I think you was by yourself with the wax. The dude had you strapped up. I think you was laying on something.
Oh, I was on a bench.
Yeah.
I think it was a bench. I was almost nude. I had panties on. Okay. But yeah, it was after a wax play session. All right. Well, how I became the Naked Unicorn. Okay, so I became the Naked Unicorn after I had already published my first novel. I was on Facebook and I was telling my Facebook friends that I wanted to get into the porn industry and I needed a name. And so one of my friends inboxed me and was like, since you're a nudist and you like unicorns, why don't you call yourself the Naked Unicorn? She said some other names too, but then that name stuck out and I was like, okay, I like that. I'm gonna call myself the Naked Unicorn. And then a lot of times when I say I'm the Naked Unicorn, they're like, they think of the lifestyle term as in a single woman looking to connect with a couple. And I'm like, no, I'm a mystical creature. I'm a unicorn. So, and I like being naked. I'm a nudist. So it fit perfect. It fit perfectly. That's the story behind my name.
Most definitely. So I saw a couple of days ago on your story, you wrote your first book. I know you got a second one coming out, and you're actually redoing your first book. You want to tell us about the first book?
Well, actually, the second book is already out. I'm doing a relaunch on my birthday, February 7th. My second book. It's gonna be a limited edition with some extra goodies that I have not given out. But my first book is called Miami Lust. And I was like, I have to hurry up and relaunch that book because I'm proud of it. It's my first book baby. I started writing that book in 2010 after a near-death experience. And so I was like, what happened? I'll tell you about it's not too long of a story, but I was at work. I worked at Walmart at the time, and I was going from hot to cold, and stomach was cramping real bad. I felt like I was gonna pass out. Went in the restroom. I got dizzy. I was sitting on the floor. That's why I was like, I know I have to have been sick to be sitting down on the restroom floor. Someone came in and asked, was I okay? And I was like, no, I'm not. And so they got me in a wheelchair. They're like, maybe you're dehydrated. And I was like, no, I can't be dehydrated. I don't think that. I feel so bad. So my sister came and took me to the ER. They ran some tests, came back in, and they said, you are 7.5 weeks pregnant and the baby is in your tubes and you're bleeding to death. We have to have surgery right away. It's like, if you would have waited a couple of days, you would not be here to tell the story. And so immediately after that, they rushed me off to surgery, put me to sleep. And I was at home without a baby and just at the house. So that's how I started writing my book. It was a short story at first, 30 pages long. And then my cousin told me that I should turn it into a novel.
You should. I mean, everybody got a story.
I did turn it into a novel. It's just the reason why I pulled it from publication is because I did everything myself. And I didn't realize until I got the second book. With the second book, I had a publishing assistant. And she let me know that the free ISBN number that I got from Amazon, it had strings attached to it. She was like, whenever you publish your own book, you should always purchase your own ISBN. And so that's the reason why I pulled it off. I was like, okay, so I'm going to pull it off. I'm going to purchase the ISBN for it. But now I was going back and I was reading it and I was like, I want to re-edit it. I want to re-edit my book, but I haven't had time to re-edit it. So I was like, okay, I'm going to wait and I'm going to have somebody else look at it.
Most definitely. So for the listeners out there, can you tell them what category in the porn industry that you fall in? Is that you put yourself in a category, or what type of kinks and stuff that's?
Well, originally when I got on Pornhub, I was in the lesbian porn category. Mm-hmm. But then now it's just I was in BDSM into kink, which I had always been interested in BDSM, the BDSM lifestyle. But where I was living at the time, I didn't know anybody that was into BDSM. There weren't any BDSM events. It wasn't until living in Houston, I went to a BDSM show in 2019. And my now friend, she's my friend now, and she manages me. I'll get to that in a moment, but it was a BDSM art show that I was asked to be a body paint model for. And, standing there waiting to get body painted, because people could come up and paint something on me. Some were acting like they were scared. I'm like, my titties out, come paint me. Well, I had pasties on. I had pasties in. But in walks this woman, and she stopped the room. Everybody looked at her. She had floggers in her hand. She set up and she was like, her name is Madam Carmen, and she's a pro femme dom. And she asked, who wants to be spanked? And I raised my hand. I was like, me, spank me. So they all went and got spanked. I ended up being tied up by somebody else who was a performer. And I was just like, I need to find out who Madam Carmen is. It's like, I want to know Madam Carmen. It's like, I want to know her. And so the event coordinator, I followed her on Snapchat. She posted where it's going to be an event called Kink Nick. And I was like, I have to go to Kink Nick. And so I went to Kink Nick, and I was just like in awe. It's like so much going on BDSM wise. And I was like, oh my gosh, this is so interesting. And then she said that she was going to have another one for her birthday. And so I went to that one. And her birthday was actually a few days before mine. So I went to that event, and then she said anybody that brought her a gift could win a free BDSM session with her. And so I ended up winning. And so she asked me, like, I had to fill out a questionnaire, answer questions about like my mental state, how familiar I am with BDSM and everything of that nature. And then she asked me, would I mind having this session in front of everybody at the spring show, Kink Nick show. And I said yes, but then COVID happened and everything got shut down. Everything got shut down. So she had to cancel the event. And I was so sad. But then we met, she contacted me and we met at a park just to have like a conversation. And she told me she was starting a porn production company called Kink Media and asked me if I would like to be a part of it. And I said yes. And here I am today, more familiar with BDSM. And yeah, I'm excited about what our future holds.
You know, I tried to break into the industry as well. We just having conversation. So I'm just keeping honest with you. I tried to break into the industry when I was like 18, maybe 19. It was this website called rude.com. It was like MySpace, but it had porn. So, you know, this is before I had a smartphone. I still had a flip phone and everything. So I was using like a little avatar, and I finally learned how to, like, I guess, put them on a micro SD card, upload them to the computer. So they eventually ended up getting rid of Rude. And then I probably said up to like 4 years ago, I had a Pornhub account. And my name was, I think I had it as King Rome at one point. I erased it and it was Sir Rome. And I tried to really get it. I really tried it. But then after a while, I just gave up. I don't think it was designed for me to, I think I'm more designed to interview and tell jokes. I'm not designed.
He was like, you're not designed.
I'm not designed.
I'm sorry. I just cut you out.
You good.
I think it's just like, I get a lot of views on Pornhub, but I don't monetize. I haven't made a lot of money on Pornhub because I don't upload. Like, people that monetize off of Pornhub, they upload videos consistently, like every week and stuff. And the way Pornhub works is it's like they have a model hub, and your model hub number has to be under 1,000 for you to get monetized. And I think mine is now it's like at 9,000 or something. At one point it was like at 4,000, but that was when I first got on and I wasn't active. I was like, I'm gonna upload something this week on a Pornhub. It's just, I have so many things that I have going on. And it's just like, even though I have everything written down, I have a schedule, sometimes I'm just like, okay, today I'm not going to do anything. I'm not going to do anything but exist today.
It's all good. I did saw your your story where you was trying to dance. I think it was at a graduation, like a little circle. I was like,
yeah. I was, it was my best friend's graduation. Yeah. She graduated. She got her bachelor's degree.
I was laughing so hard, especially now he's like, not bad for somebody that's almost 39. I was like, what? I couldn't guess that you was that old, though. Like, you was that old. So, no, you're a dope spirit.
Yes, man. I'll be 39, February 7th. Oh, yeah, I'm always dancing. Everywhere.
That's all good. Nah, I've like can you go into a little bit more detail about the BDSM industry, like BDSM in general?
Well, first off, because it's like I didn't see any when I started watching porn. First of all, when I first started watching porn, it was when I was in high school, and I didn't like it. The videos that I would see, it was like the women seemed like they were over exaggerating. it was just, I don't know. I just saw some horrible videos. The music was bad. The performance was a performance, and especially with lesbian porn is the reason why I was asking my girlfriend at the time. I was like, we should make a video because this is not real. This is not real porn. But when it came to BDSM, I didn't see any Black people in BDSM, and I was just like, where are the Black people? I know it has to be some Black people into BDSM. And so there's this, once I met Madam Carmen, and I was just like, okay, so yeah, there are, and I went to my first kink night. I was like, okay, there are Black people in BDSM. I was right. I was right. And so it's just, BDSM is all about consent, respect, boundaries. It's like you don't do anything without someone's consent, which it should be like that, period.
Facts.
Yeah. So because consent is everything. She has a whole campaign called Put Some Consent on It, with our kink nick productions, because I didn't realize, like, until I got into BDSM, like how many times I had really been violated. Like there was no consent. There wasn't consent in this situation, and it's just wow. But I took a test before our session. She told me to go onto this. She sent me a link. It's called was it BDSM.com? I can't even think of it. Let me see. And then it's actually almost time for me to take my BDSM test. It just basically asks you questions and to see where you're at when it comes to BDSM, where's your spectrum? And so answer the questions. Yeah, it's BDSMtest.org. And so it asks you, about your age, your gender, if you want the short test, and I took the maximum test, and it actually, my first test, it told me that I was 100% expeditionist, which I like being watched. That was true. 100% voyeur, which that was true because I like watching other people. Consent though. It's like I'm not trying to watch anybody if they don't want to be watched. 98% switch, which means sometimes I'm submissive, sometimes I'm dominant. It just goes through and it asks you all the questions to see like where you are. And when it comes to BDSM, like for me, like my journey, I'm willing to try things, experiment things that I've never tried. And what we have set up is called a traffic light system. It's whenever you go into a play situation, there should be I lost myself. Where was I going? Oh, safe words. And so our safe words, we use a traffic light system. Green means everything is going well. Yellow means either like switch spots, like if it's a spanking situation, or slow down. And red means that the end of the scene is over. So with my first wax play session was with Madam Carmen. And so it was just like, she was talking about wax play, and I was like, ooh, I want to try it and see if I like it. And so I did. And so my second wax play was with what you saw, the picture of. That's with Panther. Panther is a dom, and Madam, they're both doms. And so my second wax play session was with him. And Madam Carmen, actually, she recorded that session. And I'm sitting here thinking about, it's like, it's time for another wax play session. So I found out I do enjoy wax play. When it comes to being spanked, I like thuds and stings, but more thuddy. I do enjoy being spanked. Which in the regular world, I like hand spankings, during sex anyway. But BDSM just turned it up a notch for me.
Like I dated a foot fetish model, so the most I've done is feet. And it's the spanking during sex, but
yeah.
Getting older, I learned it's a certain way that she's supposed to.
Yes, it is. Yes, it's a certain way you're supposed to spank. There's another dom that I know and love, King Hef, Daddy Hef. He actually has seminars about spanking. He calls it the booty tenderloin activation. Him and Madam Carmen both had seminars at Exotica. Are you familiar with Exotica?
Sure am.
Okay, so I went to my first Exotica in October of last year. I went to the one in Jersey, and then I went to the one in DC as well. I was invited. Daddy have invited me to go to the one in Miami in August, but I wasn't in the right headspace to be around a large crowd of people, so I didn't go. And I was like, dang, I have to make sure I make it this year, because Miami, for some reason, I haven't been able to make it to Miami, even though it's been on my bucket list. And my first novel is called Miami Lust. And I haven't even been yet, but my first novel is named after Miami.
Yeah, like it was when I got with an older woman, they taught me how to spank. And it was when you actually having sex, because I would just like pound, like
wow, pow, pow. Yeah.
Like, you sound like that. And I'm like, damn, I'm hitting the bone and shit. She was like, no, you gotta go with the meat. It gotta be a certain thing.
Yeah.
He said you gotta like can't palm it hard. You gotta like a certain way. I was like, ew.
Yeah, you just can't pop. Yeah, it is a certain way that makes it feel it's like it's pleasure and pain combined. For me, it's not the way I describe it. It just gets my body happy. Yeah, so I tell people all the time. For me, sex is more than penetration. It's stimulation as well. It's just like it's more. It's it's all about, for me, the stimulation and also it's I like words of affirmation when I'm having. I want you to tell me, how good it is, how beautiful I am, all of that kind of stuff. I like to hear that stuff when I'm having sex. So it's the words for affirmation for me.
I mean, I like to say that type of stuff. I think when it comes to sex, it's such a taboo about how kinky it can get, how wild it can get. I think the one thing I said, I don't know, it was a positive affirmation, but she had put it on me so good. I was like, oh my God, I'm about to pay your cell phone bill.
Hey, that's hey, that right there is that's a love language, acts of service. Not acts of service. Would that be acts of service? Mm-hmm. Yeah. I mean, hey, getting that monetary affirmation is good too.
I was like, oh my God.
Unless you're promising something that you don't plan on delivering.
I was like, I'm about to pay your cell phone bill. She looked. I did end up paying it.
Okay.
Nah, I paid it. I paid it though. I'm not gonna lie. I went right to Sprint and paid that joint. The next day. I was working at AT&T. You know how good it was.
I was working at AT&T paying Sprint phone bills.
I walked right into the Sprint store. And I walked right into the Sprint store. I was like, I'm about to pay that bill. I was in there. They was like, I made sure the phone number was right. I was like, how much is it? I don't know how much I put on that bill, but I know I paid that goddamn bill because it was just so good. I think like they put. Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Oh, I was about to say, like, when it comes to BDSM, like when it comes to everything, there have been people that they don't practice things correctly, and they don't have consent, and they don't. So it's real taboo to a lot of people too. It's like they think that when it comes to BDSM, it's all pain and it's all. A lot of people just feel like no, I don't want to. I don't want to try it. I don't want to try it, but I'm glad to have been introduced with people that respect boundaries, check in to make sure that you're okay, and actually follow like consents and everything that made me want to be like, okay, I can maybe explore this with someone else. Because it's just like, I had always joked, like when I met somebody that had a foot fetish, like, oh, I'm gonna sell feet pics then. But when I came face to face to the first person that was just like, I want to worship your feet, I was like, oh my gosh, this is happening. This is happening. Somebody is just randomly saying that they were gonna worship my feet. And I said, okay, because I wanted to, but I was just like, this is really happening, where I'm used to somebody who I know worshiping my feet, not a stranger saying like, hey, can I worship your feet? So it was just like, oh, this is great. I'm actually meeting people. I am actually meeting people that have these fetishes and kinks and they want to tap into them. I'm going to write a BDSM, kink chronicles too at some point, but I have 5 books started. And I just gotta wait on that, because I had always wanted to taste breast milk, like, right? I wanted to know what somebody's breast milk tastes like. And I got an opportunity at a party. She was one of my friends. She was shooting out. They were like, shoot out your milk. And she shot it out. And I was like, oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, she's shooting out breast milk. And I asked her, it's like, can you shoot me in the face with it? And she shot me in the face. And I was like, oh, this is so sweet. And I was like, can I suck the breast milk out of your titty? Can I just suck it out? And she was like, yeah. And I was like, oh, okay, I crossed that off my list. Hi. I'm sorry, when you get off the computer. Okay, once I get off the computer, I'll come in there and talk to her, okay? All right, I'll see you later. That was my niece and my nephew. That's why I'm outside. That's why I'm outside. Because I don't know. My niece loves that I'm a unicorn. I wear my horn sometimes. She just doesn't know what kind of unicorn I am. So
Nah, it's cool. Like I've tried breast milk before. Not a fan.
Oh, I was a fan of hers. Yeah. I would like to drink her milk again. Mm-hmm.
I was a fan of the like foot fetish industry. Like when I got my first foot job, you know, you just see it online. You're like, oh man, I want to try it. And then when you actually get it, it was like something different.
It wasn't pleasurable for you?
It was very pleasurable for me.
Oh, okay. I did. I actually did my first foot job because it's like I wanted to do that. I was like, I would like to do that. And it was fun. It was fun. But the thing, it was somebody that I not used to be in a relationship with, used to have sex with from time to time. And so the reason why I was like, I wanted to do it with somebody that I know. But then he didn't give me his ID. He didn't give me a picture of his driver's license ahead of time. So I could, because I was like, I want to monetize off of this. I want to monetize off of this foot job. So he let me record it, but he did not give me his driver's license, because I wouldn't have sex with him. So he didn't give me his driver's license. So I was like, oh, you suck for that. You suck for that.
It's a goofy for that.
Yeah.
It's like, just going everywhere. But one thing I can't really stand about like the Pornhubs and the X videos or the X and XX, if you actually want to tap into Black porn, because I only watch Black porn for whatever reason. I think the Black woman is the most. Well, I know the Black woman is the most beautiful creature that's ever been made. I'm not saying that because I got one on my podcast. I'm saying it because something about a Black woman that excites me. It don't matter what she doing or what that time of the day. It's something about a Black woman in general. One of the things
I appreciate Black women too, to the highest. Not just because I am one, but yeah. But when it comes to porn, yes, we are not. Yeah, we have to do a lot to actually be noticed in the porn industry. Mainstream, I see, because when I type in black porn or ebony porn, as they like to call us, is not only, I see it. Like, I have no problem with interracial relationships or any other race, but when I type in Black porn, that's what I want to see. I want to see Black porn. I want to see Black on Black porn. I want to see Black on Black porn.
I do too. Like, I get tired of, like, you want to look for BDSM, you want to look for public, you got to type in ebony, you got to type in Black. I'm like, yo, this shit's so stupid.
Well, I'll tell you, like, Kink Media, we did our first, like, we had a group trip at the end of 2020, our first group trip, and we went to Atlanta, and we filmed a scene with Brian Black Touch. Black Touch is all Black. It's all Black porn. I love Brian and what he does so much that I am subscribed. I paid that $12 a month faithfully to watch. And it's a new scene that came out, and I'm gonna watch that tonight. But it's just like, Brian has nothing but, that's what's like, I'm in the industry and I work for it. Like, I watch our stuff that we film. I like watching myself. I don't know if that's conceited or not, but I do like watching myself. I like watching my friends. I like watching my friends and myself. And I was like, I just can't wait to see where we're gonna be 5 years from now, when it comes to the industry.
And you said in the blueprint.
Yeah. It's like, because it's like, I'm not, of course I want to make money in the porn industry, but that's not why I'm in the industry. You know what I'm saying? That's not why I signed up, because I only create content with people that I have a connection with. I haven't created, well, there's a lesbian couple that I follow on Pornhub, and I did a scene with them, but it wasn't, after I did the scene with them, which is like, it was a great experience, it was fun, I realized that I like my scenes with people that I have a connection with. Because it was May of last year when I did the scene with them, and I was like, it was a dope scene, like, I had fun, they had me, I was tied up and everything. It was a lot of fun, but I realized it's better for me when I actually have a connection with a person or people, because then it's like we already know each other, and we can get out the logistics of, like, our likes and dislikes. Like, the people that I work with, I've been knowing them for over 2 years now. So it's different. Like if we film a scene, if we feel the same, we still ask each other for consent because it's out of habit, but it's just like we know each other, we're in tune, and it's just like my porn is real. I need to put that on a shirt. I need to put that on a shirt. My porn is real. Yeah, my porn is real. Everything that everything that I create is real. It's like there's no faking. It's like my moans are real. Like I'm not faking it. The chemistry is real. Like everything is real. So
if you put that on a t-shirt, I swear I would buy it.
I am. I'm when we get off this call, I have a spring store right now because it's like I don't have my own machine. I can't even think of the name of the screen printing machine. Screen printing machine. I don't have my own, so I have a spring store. I hate using other sites because they take some of the money. Like I'm on OnlyFans right now, but I want my own website eventually because OnlyFans takes my money. I want to keep all of my money and just pay a hosting fee. Like for my author website, I have my own website. Mm-hmm. So it's like it's my website. I have my books. Well, I only have the one book on there now, but it's my website, and I just pay the hosting fee. But with OnlyFans, it's like they take money from each subscriber. Somebody tips me, they take money out of that. It's just too much money coming out. And so the same thing with the spring store. I have my shirts on there because that's all I'm able to do right now. And so it's like they sell a shirt $26. I get $9 out of it. And I'm just like, yes. But right now that's what I have. But I have my main logo is it's a pineapple pussy. And it's like it's plant-based pussy is my first shirt, plant-based pussy. And the reason why it's plant-based pussy is because I'm vegan. We've been vegan for 4 years. So I have a plant-based pussy. So I got the pineapple and it says plant-based pussy. And then I have just the pineapple and it's just called the erotic. I either say erotic pineapple or exotic. I think I say exotic pineapple. And then I have a kink and chill shirt. I have 2 shirts that have me on it. And yeah, just different, a virtual hoe shirt. Cause I love being a virtual hoe. I love being a virtual hoe. It's easier, I would say, for me, because it's just like, if I'm I'm also a phone sex operator, which I haven't done that in a while, but it's an app, I'm on these apps. So it's like, I can't, I'm not doing anything illegal because I'm on this app that is allowing me to do so. So that's why I was like, it's easier than if I was actually, like, I'm sure working the strip in Vegas, which I had nothing but the utmost respect for those who are out there getting it that way. Because people see, I don't know, people love and hate hoes at the same time. It's like, you'll tell me, like, the people that once I got into porn, it's like the people that knew me first, like before I got into the industry, they're like, what are you doing? I can't believe that you're degrading yourself like that you're getting money, people watching you. And it's just like, it's like, okay, so have you ever had a one night stand? Mm-hmm. I'm like, I would ask them, like, did you get paid for that one night stand, or you just hooked up randomly and you had the one night stand? Oh, okay. So you're having sex with somebody right now, and they're not doing anything for you. They're not even They can't even make you a sandwich. And you gonna talk about the hoes? You hoeing right now for free. So you gonna talk about the person that's getting paid? I don't understand. That doesn't make sense. And then somebody was like, you're not really a sex worker because you're not actually having sex for money. And I was like, I'm paying people. People are paying me to look at my body. It's the same thing. I'm not feeling, you're not gonna make me feel bad by calling me a sex worker. Calling me a hoe either. All I'm just gonna say is I'm a paid hoe. So I'd rather be a paid hoe any day.
No, I just refer to you as naked unicorn. I ain't gonna call you no paid hoe or nothing like that.
I'm not saying you in general. I'm just saying people that the people that attack me, because everything is not always, or it's like that's all. On one of my videos, somebody told me that they commented that that's probably all that I have to offer, and I'm blank-minded. And I laugh because it's just like all you know is my naked unicorn page. It's like all you know, that's the only video that he saw was me shaking my booty. It's like that's all you are. And it's like I'm more than this persona that you see on Instagram, mm-hmm. Like on social media. And then it's like I'm an author too, as well. It's like I'm a writer. Like I write. I've written some of our scripts. Our sex scenes aren't scripted, but like the verbal part, that's scripted. So I'm excited for. It hasn't been released yet. We filmed it, but I wrote it's a kinky breakfast club. It's called Madam's Kinky Classroom. And so I'm ready for it. I'll be happy when that's released. It's not going to be released until the website is ready, because my production company is going to have a website. Madam Carmen is going to have her website, and also the production company is going to have a website as well. So I'm excited about that because this is warehouse space out in Houston. We rented the space and we transformed it into a classroom. It looked like an actual classroom. And so she painted the desks. They were primary colors. She was a teacher. Panther was the principal, and the other 4 of us, we were the students. So I'm very excited about seeing that come to life, seeing my work come to life, whether it's writing wise, because that's why I was like, sex novelist writes the stories, and the naked unicorn and Andrea Sunflower lives on. Andrea Sunflower is my phone sex persona. I just like seeing my creativity come to life.
What would be dope? You know how they do like the skits like Country Rain or Ha Ha Davis? If y'all actually did like some comedy skits but involving like the kink and the BDS.
I wanna do that. I really do. That's on the list. Like I said, I have a lot of stuff. I have a long list of stuff that I want to do. So it's just like what Madam told me, like at the end of last year, she told me she's like, gonna write down, because write our goals down every year, but like write down what you're gonna do and stick to only doing a few things, because I put too much on my plate. It's like I get excited and I want to do 10 million things, and I'm only one person. It's like I have these ideas and I'll be like, okay, I gotta do it. But it's like, no. So I was like, that is something that's on the list.
Yeah, like I think you're creative, you just like me. So I started in stand-up. I transitioned into podcasting. I dabbled in acting, and I want to do film. Do I want to do skits? Maybe. But I think as a creative, you get those ideas and you just get everywhere. But Madam had a point, because I had to get a composition book and a pencil, and I had to go old school and just write down everything. I don't know if you had those moments when you wake up like, Like I wake up 12 midnight, 2 o'clock in the morning. Got to be to work at 6 o'clock. Oh, I got this idea, and I write it down. Yes. Boom, boom. So I mean, you're creative. That's
I do, and it's easier for me now. I'm not so overwhelmed. It's because I don't have actual clock in, clock out job. That's what's helping me. But also it's just like not clocking in and clocking out, not having a steady income. It's just also sometimes I'm just like, what if I don't make money this week? If I don't make money this week, it's just like I'm not gonna be able to do the regular things that I need to do, because a lot of people don't understand. It's just like I work for myself. So if I'm not making money, then if I don't have any money coming in or that much money coming in, then it's just like, okay, I need to do a promotion. And so that's why it's just like, I separated my personas. Well, too, just the sex novelist from the Naked Unicorn, and I'm building up a sex novelist page, just so the people that just want to know about my novels, or maybe the sex toys, because I was looking for my own a sex toy company to go through, and then I finally decided to just become a bedroom candy consultant, because I was like, that way I don't have to set up the website. The website is already set up for me, and I can send out the stuff. But it's like I separated my personas. I have 2 Instagrams, well 3, but one I just have in limbo, just in case Instagram decides to delete my Naked Unicorn page, because a lot of times my posts get flagged even though they're in guidelines. And I have 2 Twitters, and I have the Facebook, and it's just like I have my website. It's like I have 5 books that I've started. And yeah, it's just like I'm always constantly, I'll think of something and I'll write it down. And I'm just like, oh, that quick. I was like, what shirt did I say I was gonna make? And so I have a note. In my notes, I always put stuff down. So it's like I won't remember. I won't forget. So it's like, my point is real. I'm gonna write that down right now, because then I will get off this call with you. And I was like, dang, let me message him real quick and ask him if he remembers.
I remember. I definitely remember.
And me, you gotta cut me off too, because the author in me, when I get to talking, I can talk. I be talking like, oh my gosh, let me stick on something.
All right, you okay. You gave me the interview. You let me interview you, so you loud. Yeah. So I ain't tripping. You want to talk 3 hours? That's on you. I'll upload all 3 hours. And that would be like an exclusive interview, because my thing is, like, if people have a story or a journey, I ain't gonna cut them off. Like, one of my mentors I interviewed on this podcast was D Militant, and he broke down a lot of game for me on the camera and off the camera. But on the camera, and I recommend anybody to listen to it, I titled it "Funny Business with D Militant." He broke down everything from being a creative, and I think it was like an hour and a half. And that was my longest interview to date. But I ain't like, shit, you want to chat it up with me? Yeah. I don't care.
Is there something else that you would like to know?
I would, because I always ask these 2 questions. And I should have told you this before we got on the interview, but I might make you think.
It's okay.
This one you don't gotta really think. What advice do you have to those that's trying to break into the industry, or not even break into the industry? They want to explore the kink or the BDSM, the wax. What advice do you have for those that's trying to get into
it? My advice is, don't go into it alone. Like, say for instance, there's a play party, a BDSM play party, a kink play party, or go with somebody that you trust. If you don't know the people that are hosting it, go through what we call a vetting process. The vetting process is just, you find somebody that knows them and can vouch for them, or that they've had an experience. Just don't go into it blind. I would say, like, by yourself, just in case you don't want to get into a situation that's uncomfortable. And also, if you're not comfortable with something, don't go along with it. Voice your opinions and say that you're uncomfortable with it. It's things that I haven't learned. It's things that I learned like later in life, before even getting into the industry. It's just, there's been some situations where it's like, I was having sex with someone and they tried something and did not ask my permission, and it's just like. And at the time, I went along with it, but afterwards, it's like I'm violated because there wasn't any consent there, and it's just like you didn't ask, you didn't ask me if you could do that, and so it's just, yeah. When it comes to like porn, since I'm not mainstream porn. I'm an amateur porn star. I feel, because I'm not mainstream, but I don't know. I like I like not being mainstream, working for like one of those companies, porn production companies, that you just have sex with anybody. You don't really have a say so in it, so it's just like, people I have sex with, it's people that I want to have sex with. They're not even having sex. It's just like the BDSM sessions, the people that I have sessions with, the people that I want to have sessions with, the people that I trust. I know the Dom Daddy Hef because of Madam Carmen, and it's just like, I've met so many wonderful people, and I've learned so much on my BDSM journey. And there's still things that I haven't tried yet, that I want to try.
Yeah. So as a comedian, I need to see some of my stuff.
Send me some stuff, because I like to laugh.
I got you. Now this is I don't put up like all my stand-up. I only put up the one video I did when I first performed, because now most of the jokes have turned into TikTok videos and memes now. So that's the only video that I really put up. The rest of the stand-up stays on the flash drive on my phone. I asked everybody this because, like I said, I'm big time. I love comedy. Your top 5 comedians, dead or alive, in any order, with a starting 6 man.
Any order, so I don't have to say the top 5. The first one, who's the first one?
You can say the first one, but you ain't gonna be like, oh, my number 1 comedian is Ernie Mac. Oh, my second.
Okay, because I don't have an order. I just Richard Pryor. I love him. I love Eddie Murphy. I love Red Fox. I love Bernie Mac. Who else is Cat Williams? I was like, I'll think about somebody that's, still with us. I'll say Cat Williams. And who else do I? Could I say for a 6 man? Well, I don't know. That's the 6, because it's like I have a couple of people that I could say for a 6 man. So I'm just leave it at those 5.
You leave it those 5? Okay. Well,
Yeah.
I'm gonna be biased because these three were actually on my podcast. So no matter the order. So there's Nori Davis, D Militant, Michael Collier. Number 4, because my list changes every week because I watch different ones all the day time. Number 4 will be Jim Jeffries. Number 5 is B. Chappelle. Coming off the bench from Texas will be Ali Sadiq.
See, it's just like Dave Chappelle is one of the people in the coming up off the bench because it's like, I don't know, Cat Williams and Dave Chappelle, So it's like I haven't watched any comedy in a while, actually. So to know, like, some of the newer comedians, except for like I would watch skits Wild and Out, like Nick Cannon would have, Instagram comedians that started on Instagram, would be on Wild and Out and stuff. And so it's like, oh, that just made me think of, oh my gosh, what is his name? Dion Cole. Him. I like him too.
Yeah. See, you got a strong lineup though.
Yeah. And then I didn't even go into, it's like those are just all the men that I like in comedy. I didn't even go into the women that I like in comedy. So it's just like, now I feel like I need to think about it. And but I've already answered, so I'm just gonna leave. I'll let the men win this round.
Shit, if you want to go on the women, like number 1 would be like in general over everybody is Moms Mabley. That's the first ever stand-up comedian in life. Then you got Melanie Camacho. You got some more.
I was about to say some more. Who else? I like Wanda. Wanda Sykes.
Okay.
I'm trying to think of some of the. See, my thing is I'm bad with names, so sometimes I forget. It's like I'll think, because I cannot think of her. It's a comedy special that I watched on Netflix, and I was like, she's pretty funny, but I can't think of her name right now. Oh. I can't think of her name right now.
It's okay. It's crazy. It might hit you as soon as you get out this interview with
me. My computer tripped out. What did you say?
I said it's crazy because it might hit you as soon as you get off the interview with me. You might be like, oh, I should have said.
Yeah. Because it's like, I don't know, something. I'm shy. I'm shy. Believe it or not, I am shy. So it's like knowing that I'm like on an interview. That's why it's like sometimes it's like I'll stutter, or I'll be like or I'll be all over the place because I do. Even though I can be in a room full of people and be naked, and it's okay. But when it comes to like me reading my book or speaking something, sometimes I have those moments where I'm shy, and so it's just like, I'm so shy. It's like, how are you the naked unicorn and shy? Because I am. I am. It's like I am. It's like, oh, I'm nervous.
Don't be. So anybody wants to follow you, they want to support, what do they follow you at? What do they follow you at?
Well, my Instagram is naked_unicorn6. If they're okay with a lot of booty shaking posts and BDSM references. I also have my sex novelist page, which is sex_novelist_. my Twitter, I have a sex novelist Twitter, which is sex_novelist. And then I have that uncut Twitter. I was like, what is my Twitter for? It was funny because it's like my page, sex novelist page, my Naked Unicorn page on Instagram was my sex novelist page at first. And then it's like I need to separate the two. It was actually a suggestion that Madam Carmen told me, like, you might want to separate these pages. And I was like, okay. So my sex, I was doing everything on my sex novelist Twitter too. And then so I made a Naked Unicorn Twitter, which is naked_unicorn 83. I made this Twitter in June of last year to separate, so I could separate it from my sex novelist page. And yeah, that Naked Unicorn Twitter, I post everything on there that I can't post on Instagram. Little clips and stuff, try to direct people to Pornhub and my OnlyFans and my mini vids and all that, those sites that I can monetize off of.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So it depends on what they're interested in seeing. And my page, my Naked Unicorn page on Instagram and on Twitter has all of my links where they can, if they want to see what's popping on my Pornhub, or they want to subscribe to my OnlyFans, or they want to purchase my novel, or they want to buy a shirt, or if they want to buy some sex toys or some makeup for bedroom candy. They're like, what? It's like, you are doing a lot, because I like doing a lot of things. I like doing a lot of things. So I have a lot of stuff going on. But this year, I said I'm calming down, and I'm sticking to staying on one page when it comes to, like, for Kink Nick Media, we normally do mini skits. We're not going to be recording any new skits this year because we're actually working on a movie. We're working on a movie. And so I was like, oh my God, I'm so excited about that. I can't share any details about the movie except for that. So that we are working on a movie because Madam Carmen, she wants to be in the film industry. Is the reason why she created the production company. She wants to be behind the camera more than she's in front of it. So we're for Kink Nick Media, the only thing that we're concentrating on right now is this movie that we're working on. And then we still have stuff that's not released. We'll release that. So it's like I have a lot of stuff that I told her that, I have a lot of scenes that I want to do, and I'm jotting down. So once we finish with this movie, we can get on that. And then as far as like the sex novelist is concerned, I'm doing this relaunch of my book, Lesbian Sex Chronicles, which I tell people, it's like, you don't have to be a lesbian to enjoy reading the book or buy the book. You just, if you like a good story, then you'll enjoy it. So I'm relaunching it on my birthday. Because normally I take a trip around my birthday, but this year I'm not taking a trip. I'm relaunching my book, and I've tried to give an incentive with people that already have the book. I'm asking them to record themselves reading an excerpt from the book, either video or audio, and I'm gonna send them a bedroom candy gift out on my birthday. I was like, I'm sending you a gift on my birthday. So I haven't got any. Well, I've got one submission so far. It was like I got 20 days left until my birthday, and so I've been trying to get people to. It's just easier to promote if I have other, the people that support me actually reading my book versus me, because I have read from my book. That's also on my. Have you said you saw my Twitter?
Mm-hmm.
You saw it recently?
Mm-hmm.
The pin post was a pin post me reading my book.
I think he was like in
and masturbating.
White, yeah.
Okay.
He was like in a white lingerie, I think.
What did I have on? I don't remember. Let me see. I was like, my phone's right here. Like, what did I have on? So it's like whenever I read from my book, I do the X-rated version of reading, and then I do. I had on like a pink lingerie.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, so I do the X-rated version of me reading my book, and then I'll do the PG version. And so it's just sex sells, but I've been more lucrative when it comes to the visual. And I would like to be, as an author, I would like for my name to be known, because a lot of people know me as a naked unicorn. They did not know who the sex novelist was. And so I was like, okay, so this year, and that's my fault, because last year I put the sex novelist on the back burner, really, and I was just mainly promoting the naked unicorn. And so it's just like, oh, I gotta start promoting the sex novelist. I can't forget about her. She started this. So it's just, yeah, whatever they're into. I also have my email address on both of my pages if they want to ask me any questions. I would prefer for all the questions to be asked like via email, versus, because it's hard for me to weed out. My DMs are getting overwhelming, and so it's like, especially it's like, okay, maybe I open this DM and it'll be business, but then it'll be a dick. And I was just like, no, this is not. So it's like, okay. So that's why I was like, I need an assistant, but I can't afford an assistant right now. I need an assistant just to check my DMs and like, is it something? Because when you DM me, I could tell right away that it was a business DM, because it's like it was well presented. And I was like, okay. I was like, so this is a DM because I try to check my filtered DMs. It's like, just in case it's somebody in here. I get followed. My following on Instagram has grown because one of my reels of me dancing, like within a 2-week time period, it had got 18,000 views. So I started getting a lot of traffic on my page. So it's like, I don't necessarily see the people that follow me. Sometimes it's not until people comment that I was like, oh, okay, this person has something to say, then I can go follow them. So it's just like all those, anybody that DMs me, it goes to my filtered messages. So I try to check those periodically to see if there's somebody that's in there that's actually talking about something that I want to talk about, versus just like, hey, you create content. Can I create content with you? And it's just like, oh, a video of them and somebody else. It's just like, my first thought was like, do you have consent to be sharing me this video of you and this woman? Like, is this a consensual video that you're sharing? So yeah, it's just, I would prefer email. The emails, I don't get too many emails that are spam emails, even though I do get those too. Mm-hmm. It's just the how it is, because even before I got into the industry, I would get that type of stuff. I don't know. That's the main reason why I was like, I was kind of hesitant about like being public about being like not he- I don't well on Facebook, because Facebook I had a lot of my family on Facebook when I started doing got into nude modeling, because I became a nude model in 2012. And at first it was just like, oh my gosh, my family is gonna see me. My family is gonna like, they're gonna know that I'm into nude modeling. And it's like, what are they gonna say? It was just said that I was just skeptical about being public with that. And then the type of, it's like I already was receiving videos and everything then before even I became public with being a new model. But then me now, it's just like, I don't care. I don't care who knows it. I'm like, once I became the naked unicorn, it's all, and I'm on Pornhub. It's just like, when somebody tells me like they saw one of my videos, and I was like, oh my gosh, I'm making rounds. Did you like it? Like, did you thumbs up? Did you give me that view? Can you share it with somebody? Because it's just like, even if I tell people like, maybe you can't support me. Maybe you can't buy my book, or maybe you can't subscribe to my content, or maybe you don't want to like my post on Twitter. Maybe you don't want anybody to know that that you're watching this, but if you do know somebody that you can share it with, if you know somebody that will enjoy watching my videos on Pornhub, can you share my videos? Because sharing is caring. Like, the more people that view it, the more people that get to see it, and the more known I become, because it's like, that's how I'm trying to get recognized for everything. It's like, I'm not in the, like I said, I like being watched. So since I like being watched, that's why I'm on, Pornhub. I don't go into people's inbox though, like, watch my video, watch my video, subscribe to my OnlyFans. It's like, I don't advertise that way. It's real subtle how I do it. Especially it's like on Instagram. It's like, if I'm promoting myself, I have to be discreet about it, because certain words, Instagram will block, or like they'll say a post of mine is spam. Like I posted a reel for my friend's 30th birthday, and in the reel, it's like she was tied up and I'm laying on a bench. We're both fully dressed. I was holding on to one end of the rope. I had a flogger and I was hitting her with a flogger. Instagram flagged that video and said for nudity or sexual content, and I requested a review, and then they were like, oh, we got it wrong. And they put the video back on my page. They put the video back, but it's not on my grid anymore. And so it's been a couple of times that they have said my video or my videos or my posts they violate community standards. Now there has been sometimes there it was like I accidentally posted my titties on my story. Now I was trying to actually like put a filter over a song, and I hit post, and as soon as I hit post, they flagged it and they're like, we deleted this. And I was like, oh shit, I wasn't trying to Instagram. I was trying to tease people, not show them. I'm sorry. Don't delete my page. Please don't delete my page.
It's okay. I've been in Facebook jail. I've had
Facebook jail? Facebook jail? I lived in Facebook jail. What you mean? Oh yes, 30 days in Facebook jail. I don't even. Yeah, I've never been in jail on Instagram. I heard you can be in Instagram jail or whatever, but Facebook jail. I lived in Facebook jail.
Yeah, I lived in Facebook jail for a hot minute. I had Daisy Ducati up there, and I had put one of her pictures from her Instagram, who is actually owned by Facebook, and used it as a soundbite, and I got reported. Then I couldn't post. Then Instagram it's not really jail. Like you can post, but because I was trying to get all these interviews and I was sending like these DMs, hey, blah, 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 they actually blocked me from sending out DMs for like a cool 7 days. Like I couldn't start a new DM. So
oh wow.
I had to like switch over to my podcast page. And then, I would screenshot the conversation that I was having with the person. I'm like, look, IG tripping that I can't get up here for nothing. I do apologize, but I think I sent out, I don't know, I over exceeded the DM threshold or something I did. I was like, damn, I was just trying to book. What up? It's all good. It's all over with.
Yeah. I know it's censorship. I know how it works, but sometimes it's just like some of the stuff that they block or flag is crazy because it's like I can get somebody made a naked unicorn page on Twitter that wasn't me. Like they took my stuff, they made it, they put their Cash App in the bio and everything. And it took a while for me to get they were DMing people asking them like to support like with monetary donations and send monetary donations to their Cash App, acting like they were me. And I'm like, no, I would never DM anybody. So it took like a couple of days for that to get deleted. And it's just like spam accounts, catfish accounts on Instagram and stuff. Those take a while. Like they take so long to delete those fake accounts, but they don't take any time to just remove a post.
I wish they would delete them bots.
Oh yes, those bots get on my nerves. Every time now, I used to just delete their comments, but now it's just when I get the bot post, I report it and I block it. But it's so many. I'm so tired of the bots. Just say no to bots. Damn. Like, leave me alone. Leave me alone.
So, for those that actually want to follow me or follow the podcast, you can follow me at strictly_Rome. That's on IG and Twitter. You can follow my podcast page at No ID Podcast. You can also follow me on YouTube at No ID Media TV. You will get the best of both worlds. You will see stand-up and you will see podcasting. We actually are transitioning from all the audio from seasons 1 and 2 and converting them over to fit YouTube's profile. And then the OnlyFans thing that I keep bringing up, it's in the works because I got to get this ID verification shit right. So trust me, it was a pain trying to communicate with them, but I'll get it right. Make sure you support the Naked Unicorn. She didn't have to do this interview with me. She didn't have me get her time, but she did, so I really appreciate it.
No problem. I appreciate you having me. And so it was fun. I'm sorry if I ramble too much.
No, it's okay, because it's crazy. You started when the sun was out. You're in the dark now.
I know. That's why I was like, damn, what time is it?
It's all good. It's all good. But make sure you like, share, comment, and subscribe both our contents. Make sure you hit the link in her bio. Subscribe, watch a video, repost, share, like, whatever the case you may have. And I'm gonna also say this here too, while I got the guests and the listeners listening and watching. Be respectful in her DMs.
Yes, please, because I like talking to people, but when it comes to like if you want to talk to me like nasty and stuff, then you gotta subscribe to my OnlyFans. Now if you have to pay to talk to me nasty, basically. That's what that is.
Definitely.
That's how that's gonna work.
That's how it is gonna work. But we're gonna claim it. She gonna make enough to her get an assistant, a little team that's gonna run the social media and filter out all the dick pics and no more reporting. And the bots and all that other stuff that's going on with her page. But we're gonna go ahead and sound it off because, like I said, she started in the light, now she's in the dark. I appreciate you so much.
No problem, man. I'll make sure I share your. I hadn't shared your podcast information in my story. It's like I'm getting this traffic in my page, more traffic to my page. So I was like, I gotta make sure I share that too.
No, you good. I just sent you my YouTube channel in your DMs, but it has my stand-up. So if it makes you laugh, subscribe. If it don't make you laugh, subscribe.
I will. I did see that. I'm gonna watch something. I'm gonna watch it since I'm already sitting out here it's already got dark and stuff. I need to order. I'm about to order me some food because now I don't feel like cooking.
Understood. I appreciate you so much.
No problem. You have a wonderful rest of your evening.
You too.
Thank you.